besties, what's up? My name is Meg. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing something a little different. My plan for today's video is my experience with audiobooks and if they are worth it. Now, little backstory here. I don't know whether or not to say was or is or whatever, but I love art, or at least I did at one point in time. Long story short, I tried a booth space and I ended up losing more money than I was making. My ex was really pushing my art as a career, and I eventually fell out of love with art. Now, that being said, I'm going to try to revive my love for art. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, well, what was the one thing that really had me fall in love with art in the first place? And the thing that always came to mind was I loved giving art away as gifts. That was probably one of my favorite things to do. So it's currently mid-October when I am filming this, so I'd rather it not be, freezing freaking cold when it comes time for me to do it. So yesterday we designed for one of our wood burnings that we are doing for Christmas. And I don't necessarily know if we're going to be able to wood burn today. However, I had my dad print out said wood burning design at his work. And so we are going to go pick that up, and we're going to come back home and transfer it over to our wood piece. Because of when this video is coming out, we are actually going to have to blur all of these images, and maybe I'll have a little tidbit later on after showcasing what the actual gifts was, if y'all are curious. So for this, I wanted to see kind of what audiobooks we could possibly listen to. And I picked between a couple different ones. I picked between The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, The Butcher by Jennifer Hillier, Pines, and Dark Matter, both by Blake Crouch. I definitely felt like I was in the mood for a thrillery vibe. I'm kind of wanting to listen to Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. So, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch says, a mind-bending, relentlessly surprising thriller from the author of the best-selling Wayward Pines trilogy. Jason Deason is walking home through the chilly Chicago streets one night, looking forward to an evening in front of the fireplace with his wife Daniela and their son Charlie, when his reality shatters. Are you happy with your life? Those are the last words Jason Deason hears before the masked abductor knocks him unconscious, before he awakens to find himself strapped to a gurney surrounded by strangers in hazmat suits, before a man Jason's never met smiles down at him and says, "Welcome back, my friend." In this world he's woken up to, Jason's life is not the one he knows. His wife is not his wife, his son was never born, and Jason is not an ordinary college physics professor, but a celebrated genius who has achieved something remarkable, something impossible. Is this world or the other that's the dream? And if the home he remembers is real, how can Jason possibly make it back to the family he loves? The answers lie in a journey more wondrous and horrifying than anything he could have imagined, one that would force him to confront the darkest parts of himself, even as he battles a terrifying, seemingly unbeatable foe. Dark Matter is a brilliantly plotted tale that is once sweeping and intimate, mind-bending, strange, and profound human, a relentlessly surprising science fiction thriller about choices, paths not taken, and how far we will go to claim the lives we dream of. So I'm doing this one through Spotify, and it's only 10 hours and 8 minutes. I have 2 wood burnings that need to be done for Christmas. We got our printout of the wood burning. This is the board that we're wood burning while we are listening to dark matter. So now what we have to do, tape it to the back of the board and to the sides. We gotta charcoal the back of it, and then we are going to start tracing and outlining and everything like that. So we've been going at this for probably almost 2 hours. We finished our design, which I'll show you, but actually you won't be able to see because everything that is going to be burnt is going to end up being blurred. So I apologize in advance, but these are Christmas presents. And just in case these people see my video, I don't want anything to happen. Where we are at in dark matter is he has already been transferred over into said other world where he wasn't living with his wife and his child and everything like that. He's currently being like on the run, so that's pretty cool. We're almost done with chapter 3. Yeah, I have about 8 minutes and 36 seconds left of chapter 3. We just did the transferring of the design over onto the wood piece. Tomorrow is where we really get to have fun and we actually get to wood burn. So far, what we think of the book is we're liking it. I can't tell whether or not it's supposed to be like a psychological thriller, but I definitely know that it's a thriller. And so far, we're really liking it. We actually got this recommendation through Ashlyn Goobley and Ian Goobley, and then like all of their social media friends that they're friends with that they recommended the book to. So I thought that I would take a little tap at that book and see what we thought. So here's the fit, but it is 33 degrees outside right now, so it's cold. I've made very significant progress. This is once again going to be blurred, but just know that I have made lots of progress. I'm getting really super excited. Where we are at in the book, he is troubled. He's very out of it. From what it seems like there's 2 timelines that might be going on, or I'm just getting confused and don't know if it's a dream or whatnot. But I have a theory for what's going on, but obviously I can't share said theory. We're really liking this book so far. It's definitely something very different than anything that I've read before, especially because it's mostly science fiction. In the audiobook, we have 6 hours and 5 minutes left. So if I finish this entire wood burning with just this one singular audiobook, then that'd be actually kind of fantastic. Then I know exactly how long the wood burning took me, and I have all day long. So I've been out here since 8 a.m. It is now currently 10:53. We've been out here for 3 hours and we've been making significant progress, and we are really happy with it. So I'm gonna get back into it. We are making more progress on not only our wood piece, but we are also making a lot of progress in dark matter. We are on chapter 8. Remember how I said that I had a theory? Well, my theory was right. It says that we have 5 hours and 24 minutes left, and it looks like we're like halfway through. My theory was right. Honestly, if we finish dark matter while wood burning this Christmas piece, that would be freaking-tastic. I'd be so happy. There is a lot that I still have to do yet. Hi, hello. So I'm actually going to put out a disclaimer. Like I said, my YouTube videos are pre-filmed a couple weeks in advance, if not just a week in advance. And this week's video of me reading only audiobooks has, not gonna lie, kind of been cut short. I do have one more wood piece that I need to do. However, with where we are at in Dark Matter, I have an hour and 15 minutes left to go. I'm on chapter 14. There are 15 chapters. It says that there's an hour and 1 minute left of chapter 14, and then chapter 15 is only 3 minutes. So I'm going to assume that chapter 15 is almost like an epilogue. Also, don't mind me. My outfit is for my church's trunk or treat. So our theme this year is books. So I decided to dress up as Where's Waldo. Although, since I'm a girl, I told my parents that I'm Where's Waldine. I wanted to give you an update on where we were at with our book. I think I might be listening to it today when I draw on the next design for a Christmas present. And then I was super surprised yesterday that I was able to actually finish the wood burning piece that I had planned would take the entire audiobook as well as a couple days to finish, and I finished it within 6 hours. Currently after the trunk or treat, now we have a wood piece that we're going to do for another Christmas present. So the wood piece that we are doing is for, I really can't tell you, but this is the wood piece that we have. And I'm super excited. It has a giant crack, so we're covering the crack with a picture that's part of the design. We are going to be hand designing this one, and while we are hand designing, we are going to be listening to the last hour and 15 minutes of Dark Matter. Now, I borrowed different audiobooks from my library off of Libby. So we downloaded Wings of Starlight, The Rebel Witch. I also have The Stars Are Dying and For She Is Wrath, because those are also on my TBR. So it just kind of all depends on my mood. We're going to finish Dark Matter, closing towards the end. Really, the plot twist at the very end of the book is really catching my interest. We finished the wood burning. I can't show you because I already took it out to the garage. We just finished the audiobook of Blake Crouch's Dark Matter, and I liked it. I definitely was hooked to the very end. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. My closing thoughts of this audiobook in particular, I liked the narrator, such a great read. I enjoyed it very, very much. Now, here's the thing. I don't love audiobooks, but I like them for the fact that I can get other things done. And 1, got done a Christmas present. 2, we made art for the first time in over a year. Now we are going to be listening to a second audiobook because I have a second wood burning to do. Hello, guys. So it's the next day. Even though I'm in the same sweatshirt that you saw me in a couple days ago, that's just because it still smells like wood burning. And I didn't want to dirty another sweatshirt with the smell of wood burning. So we have our sign that we did yesterday. And so today we are going to be listening to another audiobook. For She Is Wrath is actually only 12 hours, so maybe we'll do that. Let me read you what For She Is Wrath. It's a sweeping Pakistani romantic fantasy retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo, where one girl seeks revenge against those who betrayed her, including the boy she used to love. 364 days, framed for a crime she didn't commit. Diana counts down her days in prison until she can exact revenge on Mazen, the boy responsible for her downfall. the boy she once loved and still can't forget. When she discovers a fellow prisoner may have the key to exacting that vengeance, a stolen Dijon treasure, they execute a daring escape together and search for the hidden treasure. Armed with dark magic and a new identity, Diana enacts a plan to bring down those who betrayed her and her family, even though Mazin stands in her way, but seeking revenge becomes a complicated game of cat and mouse, especially when an undeniable fire still burns between them, and the power to destroy her enemies has a price. As Diana falls deeper into her web of traps and lies, she risks losing her humanity to her fight for vengeance and her heart to the only boy she's ever loved. We're gonna listen to that. So we are going to put on our headphones. We are going to start the audiobook. Okay, so far we're making good progress in not only our wood burning, but also our audiobook. Where we're at in our audiobook, she's already escaped prison. I'm not gonna explain how she escaped prison because I feel like that might be a spoiler, but she kind of reminds me of like Selena Sardathian from Throne of Glass, like just the way that she's able to handle a sword, like the way that she's capable of feeling remorse for her actions even though they are justified. I guess that's just the way that I'm viewing it. We're making pretty good progress on our wood burning. This is how far we have made. So I'm going to continue on with this, and okay, so we made it about 30% of the way through Varshia's Wrath, and I'm definitely going to continue on reading the rest of the audiobook. I have rediscovered my love for art. I found that I am not the kind of person that likes to do art for profit. I find more joy when I make gifts specified to a certain person. Now, talking about audiobooks. I think that audiobooks are great allies to books. I think that as long as you are able to understand the book, aka do not listen to it on 2 times speed if you can barely comprehend what they're saying. I always listen to my audiobooks at the regular speed because I like to be able to fully comprehend everything that is being said so that way I can remember things. Sometimes they are a great addition to your way of being able to consume books. I think that listening to an audiobook while you do chores, laundry, cleaning, or even just driving in the car, or there was one time that I listened to an audiobook and I played the Switch for hours because I wanted to play the Switch, but yet I also still wanted to read. I definitely give audiobook experiences 10 out of 10 for at least this experience with this particular audiobook. I didn't finish Varshia's Wrath by Emily Varga. However, I did finish Blake Crouch's Dark Matter. So Dark Matter, I gave 4.25 stars. I give 4 out of 5 stars for the audiobook narrator. I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy today's video. Do all of the YouTube things you know how to do, and I will see you in a bit. Bye!